And we welcome you inside the Raleigh County Convention Center along with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry as Video Productions presents exciting high school basketball. It's a rivalry renewed. It's the 3-1 Huntington Highlanders taking on the 2-4 Beckley Flying Eagles. We also have KB Cameron Ball producing and directing, Alex Fink on camera. And Eric, you know, there was some confusion as to where this game was going to be played at. Everybody knew on the schedule it was slated for tonight, but the original schedule had the game in Huntington, and then we got the call yesterday afternoon and said, no, there was a mistake. The game's in Beckley, and I'm glad it is because you and I now get to call it. Obviously, we weren't going to Huntington, but we're here in Beckley to cover what I think is going to be an outstanding game.
Yeah, and I was glad that when you gave me the call that we were going to be able to do this because this is going to be a real competitive game. The way Huntington's style of play, I think they kind of try to mirror one another, and they'll be up and down affair tonight.
This is a long-time rivalry that goes way back to the 50s. Now, the thing about, of course, Huntington is a consolidated school. It's Huntington East and Huntington. But back in the day, Huntington and Beckley used to be rivals in football and basketball. So Huntington, and I know I might call them Pony Express at least one time tonight. Let me get that out of the way. But they were the Highlanders of Huntington East, the Pony Express of Huntington. They consolidated, so obviously they kept the nickname of Huntington East and, of course, the high school of Huntington, which is in, actually, I don't know if you can say in Huntington, and really just a little outside of Huntington.
Just a little outside of Huntington. Great facility, though.
Yes.
You know, good. You got the baseball, the football, and softball complex there. It's now driving up to it is pretty intimidating with all the state championship signs lined up from whatever state championship they've won.
Huntington enters this game at 3-1. They have a win over St. Albans and two South Carolina teams. Their loss came to a South Carolina team when they played there during the Christmas holidays. For Beckley, they're 2-4, and it's kind of uncharted waters, Eric. Not only are they just 2 games under 500, this is their 7th game of the season. So this is the 3rd of their season done after tonight. But not only that, this will be their 6th home game out of 7, and where they've always really been good in this building, they haven't been so far this season. They're only 1-4 in this building, and they lost 3 of those 4 games on the very final possession, and they got blowed out in the other.
Yeah, and the thing is, I can't put my finger on, well, I can in some of my research for the game, is they've not been able to hold leads. The only game they didn't have a lead, well, they had one lead in the blowout loss to Wyoming East, but the other games they've had 6-7 point leads in and not able to finish the job.
Well, like I've said before, you know, you are what your record says you are, but one play here or there, and Beckley's fortunes, they could easily be 5-1.
Easily. And the thing is, though, it only counts at the end of the scoreboard what it is. It doesn't matter how many times you led in the game because the only one that counts is at the final buzzer. But I think if you could get a win, if you're Beckley here tonight, and if you could squeeze a win out against this top quality team, it can erase a lot of the pain from those early losses.
One thing I think Beckley did do, even though they came up short in the 2-point loss to James Monroe, they found other offensive weapons other than Preston Clary.
Yeah, and Preston Clary, let's talk about him on top because I think right now, and you said in 7 games, I don't have a vote, don't know anything about it, but if you're talking about an all-state caliber player,
first team all-state.
It is Preston Clary. Maris, let me give you a few of his numbers that I went. This is it's from Kevin Moppin, our guy, stat guy, and I looked at Preston. He's averaging 21 points per contest per night. He's shot 77 shots and made 41 from the 2. He's 7 of 16 from 3. I mean, so he's shooting 59% from the field 2-point range and 48% from the field from 3-point range. And, on top of that, he's shooting 98% from the foul line.
And, you know, I would guess, because I don't have this in front of me, but I would guess that he probably makes up for, what, you say 85% of their offense.
Yeah, and you know, the last couple of games, though, they haven't been able to put 2 and 3 together, but they've had people step up and score. You had Jaden Robinson the game prior to the loss the other night. He had 23, and then you had Gage Burdett, who I really think could be the next man to really get at least double figures. But you have Lucas Rainey, you have A.J. Thomas. Lucas Rainey is knocking on the door at 8.2 points per night. So it's just a couple shots here or there that you can get that added scoring. But you just got to make shots when you get open looks.
And the thing about it, it might be a couple of different players every night. It doesn't have to be the same 2 or 3 players every night to help Preston Clary out.
And you know what? And I actually think, looking back, because I go back and watch the games that we've done, I think that Coach Ron Kidd has actually found his 8-man rotation.
I think so, too. And another thing, even though Beckley lost 81-79 against James Monroe, the fact they put up 79 points because they've been struggling to get out of the 50s.
Yeah, and they shot the ball really well, and, they're good. And that's where the thing that I did in my research, because I was like, I can't put my finger on why they're losing, but I'm going to give you this stat, and this is going to floor you. The two main ball handlers for the team are Gage Burdett and A.J. Thomas. And I'm going to tell you the assist-to-turnover ratio is even. You can't have that. A.J. Thomas has 24 turnovers and 23 assists.
Yeah.
Gage Burdett has 24 turnovers and 26 assists. So if you have the ball in your hand that much, if you can rectify that, you've been able to turn people over, but you've turned it right back over. So you're not gaining extra possessions in a ball game. So if you're good defensively and you turn the ball over, you're negating what you're good at.
And another thing, Eric, on the flip side, Huntington, they bring in 3 players that average in double figures, and they are led by Tavon Wilson. He was the Gatorade High School Football Player of the Year in the state of West Virginia, averaging 21. Now, their second leading scorer, Isaiah Lamsley, he will play. He won't start. Coach Savingas of Huntington told me he was late for shoot-around this morning, so he comes in averaging 18, so he'll come off the bench. And then they have Pearson DeNecta at 15 a game.
Yeah, I mean, that's three young men knocking on 20 points a game. So that's 60, close to 60 right out of the gate. And Beckley, other than the other nights, been struggling to get out of the 50s.
Right.
So the thing they'll have to do is play sound defense, but they have to turn turnovers into instant offense. I mean, get some runouts and get to the free throw line. You're a good free throw shooting team. As a team comes in tonight, averaging as a team 89.1% from the free throw line.
Both teams still going through their warm-up. We'll go ahead and take our first pregame break here in the Winter World pregame show as we get ready for Beckley and Huntington at the bottom of the hour. Huntington 3-1, Beckley 2-4. We'll be right back on Video Productions.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
come to Mid-State Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Mid-State Ford, home of the Big John deals.
And we welcome you back into the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, Alex Fink on camera. And we have Cameron Ball, who's producing and directing as we get you ready for, Eric, what we think is going to be an outstanding game. And, for Beckley, they're not only for this game, as we mentioned, this is their 7th game. This will be their 6th home game in this building. And then next week, when we broadcast the New River Community and Technical College Tournament, Beckley gets 1 game in that. They get South Charleston. So 7 of Beckley's first 8 games, Eric, in this building. Yeah,
and you know what? It hasn't been the friendly confines of the Raleigh County Convention Center, formerly known as the Armory, because they've had some misfortunes. A lot of it, they've done it to themselves because not able to close out wins is a thing. And you said your record is what it says you are, and it says that you can't finish contests right now. I mean, you're 2-4. Like you said, could easily be 5-1. You got the doors blown off of you with Wyoming East. Wyoming East played a spectacular game.
Which is better that particular night.
That particular night, they were better. And but the other ones, you have stuff to build on. You just got to go back, look at the film, get the drawing board.
And, Eric, if you remember 2 years ago when you and I did Beckley and Huntington, it came all the way down to the final shot, and Beckley ended up winning by 1 point.
Yeah, and it was one of those games where we knew it was going to come down to that final shot, and Beckley just got the better of them that night.
So, question to you. If this game comes down to the final possession, in the back of the players or the coaches of Beckley's mind, is that a disadvantage thinking we haven't been able to win these close games?
I actually think it is. Yeah. Because I think it's the mental aspect of the game, and that's what I keep trying to point out. That a lot of it was mental. You knew late in that James Monroe game you were going to get pressure. You knew you just had to be strong with the basketball, but yet you turned it over. That's mental. A lot of it was unforced errors.
Yeah.
And fixable.
Right. And, of course, at the end of games, 2 things, as you mentioned. 1, you got to take care of the ball. 2, you got to make your free throws. And Beckley, as a team, as we said, has really shot the from the line really good. But can you make the free throws when you need to make them? Can you take care of the ball when you need to take care of the ball?
But guess what? They never got to that scenario.
Right.
And if you're a good free throw shooting team, that's what you thrive on, getting it to the shooters and letting them close the game out. But they never got to make – they didn't make great passes, lazy passes, and gave up the game.
In the past, teams would come into Beckley and say, you know what, if we can just keep it close to the 4th quarter, maybe we can steal a win. I think if you're Huntington, like I said, they're a really good balanced team. They're 3-1. They have played out of state. They played 3 South Carolina teams. They beat 2 of them. They beat St. Albans. I'm sure they feel very confident coming into this building since Beckley has not had the success already through the beginning of this season in this building like they've had in the past.
Well, you know what you get with Huntington. They come in. They don't care if Beckley was 6-0. They still going to come in. It's Huntington. They think they can come and go and win anywhere.
While we're here, let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond is the broker. Steve Morgan is the associate broker. If you're in the market to buy or sell your house, you want Exit Elevation. You can check them out at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Edward Jones, your financial advisors. You can contact Ben Worley, Heather Cantley, Tracy Houck, or Brooke Dempsey. They'll help you prosper with your finances. The game tonight also brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They've been going strong since 1974, and they're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. And the game tonight also brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They have a 24-lane bowling center with a full-service restaurant. Bring your family, join the league, or you can book your next birthday party there at Leisure Lanes, 304-253-7328. A little more than 10 minutes away of getting the game tipped. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They've tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Levy, where they are right.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
And we welcome you back to Beckley. Both teams still going through their warm-ups. Huntington 3-1, Beckley 2-4. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company, they have a coal division located in Sophia, West Virginia. They're built on a foundation of safety and innovation and teamwork. That's the fine folks from Infinity Coal. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. Love me their Italian dishes, but if you're not into Italian, and I don't know how you can't be, but you may not want Italian every night, they also have seafood. They have delicious sandwiches and salads. They also have catering. You can call up Pasquale's at 304-255-5253. The game tonight brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. And Eric, you and I had some nice blue cans after the game we did last night. Love the refreshing, crisp taste of an ice cold Pepsi.
Yeah, you have to end every good broadcast that we do with a nice blue, refreshing can of Pepsi.
And the game also being brought to you by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Modley's, this number, 304-253-HELPS, the only number you need if you have a plumbing or heating issue. Beckley and Huntington getting ready to renew a rivalry. And, Eric, this is only the only meeting of the regular season. The only way they could play after tonight would be in the region. Now, the way they're doing the region is a little different this year. There's 20 teams in Class 4A, so they have a North Division and a South Division. And, of course, Beckley and Huntington are both part of that South Division. So outside of tonight, like I said, the only way these two teams could play again unless it would be postseason play.
Yeah, and this is one of those measuring sticks because, later there's very well a good chance that you could see one another with a chance to go to the state tournament on the line.
Or even if you don't see them then, if both teams, because there's 4 teams from the South, 4 teams from the North, you might see one another perhaps in the state tournament. I know both teams would say, yeah, they would sign on the dotted line right now. We can say, yeah, we can play each other again at the state tournament in March.
Definitely. That means that you had, some success on the back end of this basketball calendar year.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in for an interesting game. I think both teams want to push the pace. And I think this is one team, because usually when you look on Beckley's schedule, and a lot of teams like to push, Eric, but most teams maybe don't like to play as fast as Beckley. Perhaps this could be one team that might like to do that.
Yeah, and this is the team that's going to get out and get after it. And I think collectively on the glass, they're going to have trouble with Huntington's size and athleticism, especially with Tavion Wilson. He is extremely, like you said, extremely good football player. Not only is he good in basketball, but his track career, he's had a stellar track career too, Maris. And anyone that can run hurdles and athletic like that is going to be trouble on the glass tonight.
The crowd continues to make their way in. As like I said, this is a rivalry that goes way back into the 50s, and I'm sure it goes back further than that, but the stories I've heard from the battles of the 50s, the 60s, into the 70s before the consolidation of Huntington and Huntington East happened in the 90s. And I've got to trying to remember, I know Cabell Midland consolidated. I think their first year was 1997, so I got to think either 97 or 98 when Huntington East and Huntington became one.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think it was around that time because I think that consolidation, it may be a tad earlier because I remember Capital with Stonewall and all, they did it first. That was like
late
88.
80s or early 90s.
Yes, early, like 88 when they did it. So I'm thinking Huntington.
Actually, Charleston won the football champion 89. It might have been 1990 for Capital.
Yes,
Charleston's last
their first year was
championship?
1990.
Yes.
It was. And the reason I know that the Huntington was a little later because I played with the running back that paid for the Huntington Pony Express. Was All-State running back that went to Marshall the same time as I did, and a couple of guys from Capital.
Well, another thing too, Eric, because Cabell Midland there in Cabell County consolidated, I think 1997 was their first year. Huntington was either that year or the following year when they had the consolidation going on at the same time.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right.
All right, we're going to – what'd you say? I'm exactly right? I don't hear that too often. That's why I got to make sure I heard him correctly. And our producer-director, Cameron Ball's giving me the look. And I said, no, Eric really didn't say that. I thought he did. And with that, we need to take a commercial break here in the Window World pregame show as we're about 4 or 5 minutes from tipping the game between 3-1 Huntington and 2-4 Beckley. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Mid-State Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Mid-State Ford, home of the Big John deals.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Spartan Factory. Whether it's your church or your team, they have everything you need: sweatshirts, T-shirts, uniforms. Spartan Factory. Check them out on their website at SpartanFactoryWV.com. We'll take another quick break. They play the anthem. We'll be right back with the starting lineups and the opening tip coming up next here on Video Productions.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas from Fayette Clinic.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
Hey, grab me one too.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Huntington 3-1, Beckley 2-4 for the starters of Huntington, wearing the gold uniforms trimmed in white and green. Here's Eric.
Yeah, they'll go this way, Maris. They'll go with Pearson, Daneka, Ethan, Dalton, Nate, Hannah, Tavion Wilson, and Max Boren.
Yeah, Wilson's a team leading scorer at 21 a game. And also, Daneka comes in at 15. And, of course, Isaiah Lamsley normally starts, but because I said this in our earlier segment, Eric, because he was late for shoot-around this morning, he'll come off the bench, but he'll bring his 18 points off the bench with him. That ain't bad to have a guy scoring 18 coming off the bench, right?
Yes, instant offense coming in. He'll come in with a little chip on his shoulder as well.
And now for the homestanding Beckley Flying Eagles, wearing the home white uniforms trimmed in maroon. Let's see who they will go with. Of course, Preston Clary's led the way, and he's their main guy, and he's pretty much been 80-85%, if not more, Eric, of their offense. Preston Clary will be a starter. Also, Gage Burdett will be a starter. Lucas Rainey, and the big fella, the freshman, Jones, will be the starter. Isaiah Jones into the starting lineup. And we got Lucas Rainey, and who am I missing?
Preston Clary.
I mentioned him first. A.J. Thomas, that's who I'm missing. I'm surrounded by Thomases. How could I miss him, right? All right, so once again, it's Thomas, Jones, Rainey, Burdett, and Clary for Beckley. Huntington, Daneka, Dalton, Hannah, Wilson, and Bowen. And in the center circle will be Wilson to jump, and it'll probably be Jones, but we always know that Beckley's got to go to their bench and be the last team out, Eric, and that's I guess it's just a Beckley thing, right?
It's a Beckley thing. That's their natural thing to do, go get the final instructions and get this thing up in the air. Let's get it going.
Yep, everybody's ready. Jay Rutledge, the veteran official, and you notice I called him an official, not a ref.
Yeah, he's a veteran ref. Been doing
no,
it
he's
a
an
long
official,
time.
a referee. All right, waiting for Beckley to break their huddle. Veteran coach Ron Kidd, and get this game underway. Huntington 3-1, Beckley 2-4, and a place where it's always been good to Beckley over the years hasn't been good to Beckley thus far in this building. As we wait for Beckley to break their huddle. And the opening tip of the ball game is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Scotty Brown is your local State Farm agent. Scotty located in Shady Spring, West Virginia. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Scotty Brown, dial him up, 681-238-6130. Ready to get the game underway. Jones in the center circle for Beckley. And it'll be Wilson in the center circle for Huntington. And we're ready to get the ball game started. And getting it started 1 minute late tonight, but that's okay. Jay Rutledge ready. Set, ball in the air, and we're underway, and the tip is controlled by Beckley's A.J. Thomas. So it looks like Huntington's going to come out and play man-to-man, Eric.
Yeah, and early on, this will test this Beckley offense to see if, they're going to really go after Preston. You're going to get a jump ball.
Yeah, well, there's a nice shovel pass in the lane, and Preston Clary gets held up, and Beckley will turn it over on their first possession.
Yeah, first possession, not the start you wanted. And looks like Beckley's going to extend the pressure and try to, get the tempo going.
So here's Huntington, their first crack at it. And Hannah will run the point for the Highlanders. Comes off a ball screen.
Need to yell that out right there because that's a.
Here's his 3-ball straight away. Good, nice 3-ball by Dayneka. You can tell why he's a 15-point-a-game scorer.
Straight away, shot it with confidence. That was
right.
deep. Nothing bad about the defense.
Just better offense. Down low to Preston Clary on the low block. Spins into the lane. Now backs it back out. Burdett penetrates. They cut him off.
Yeah, good on-ball defense right now. And here's where the offense kind of bogs down for Beckley, where there's not a lot of options. You got to be able to take some shots.
Clary pulls up, puts the jumper. It won't go. That was just inside the 3-point line as Hannah clears the rebound. Huntington on the attack, right to the rim, lay it up and in. That was Dalton who scores for Huntington.
And Huntington out with a quick 5-0 run to start the contest.
Yeah, a minute and a half in. They get the ball to Jones in the low post. Jones, follow a tough shot, a wild-looking shot. Thought he was fouled. No whistle.
Yeah, not going to get a foul falling away from the basket like that, and that was just another bad offensive possession.
Yeah, you got to be much stronger with the ball, Eric.
Yes,
you're right.
And that's one thing he lacks right now. The freshman, he got the size, just not the strength and the girth yet.
And Hannah. Here's Dayneka. Wilson. Trying to get a post up to Wilson. Here's a drive into the lane. Little short shot and in and out, no good. That was a good look by Boran, and it rimmed out on him.
And that's great offense. Hit the cutter.
Clary for 3. And he rattles it home, and Beckley's on the board.
Good looking shot coming off the curl. And knocking it down is Preston.
Here's a steal by A.J. Thomas over to Preston Clary, and an offensive foul by A.J. Thomas. And, Eric, as you've always said and so right, A.J. Thomas seems to always be around the foul. Said, why is he around the foul? Because he's committing it.
Well, we'll see this. I don't know. Maybe after the steal, it looks like the defender behind him may have got him. No, that's player control.
Yeah, he just ran right over top of him.
Oh, it's dead right here. You can't pick your dribble.
Huntington just able to get the ball across the midcourt straight, and there's a Beckley foul.
That's going to be on Lucas Rainey.
Or did they call a timeout? Maybe a timeout instead of a foul.
No, I think that was whistled a foul.
Or
dribbling it out of bounds.
A turnover. Neither a timeout or a foul, but a turnover.
Yeah, that was a lot of contact coming down the baseline, but I like it. You got to be strong with the basketball, and Beckley here with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Burdett off the dribble to the rim, lays it up and in. So after Huntington started the game on a 5-0 run, Beckley answers that run with 5 in a row of their own. Full court pressure. Huntington's having a little difficulty trying to get the ball up. And a steal by A.J. Thomas. Great play. He was going out of bounds. He tried to save it. A great hustle, just not able to maintain the ball there.
Good decision and way to break on the ball. It looked like he used his defensive back skills right there. He played defensive back and saw it and almost got the steal for Beckley.
Isaiah Lamsley into the ball game. Like I said, he's normally a starter. He has the ball now. They said he was late for shoot-around this morning. He'll get you 18 a game. And he's ready to see if he can get his first 2 or 3 of the game.
Well,
here's
pass.
An open 3, and it's good. Right down the shoot by Ethan Dalton.
And Lamsley comes in and makes immediate contribution because you're so worried about his offense. Great skip pass to the open.
Dalton able to drain it right here in front of us. Here's Preston Clary, head of the lane. He'll dial it up from distance, and he'll answer it as he hits a 3-ball. So kind of unique, Eric. Both go on a 5-0 run. Both hit a 3, and there's a steal by Clary. Here's A.J. Thomas with it. Beckley with numbers. Rainey for 3. Good! And Beckley has its first lead of the game as Rainey hits a 3 off a Beckley steal, and a timeout on the floor. At 4:06 remaining in the quarter, it's a 30-second timeout as we watch the replay here. Nice play, and that's defense that leads to good offense, Eric.
Yeah, and great steal by Preston Clary, not settling and celebrating once he got the offensive bucket and got back on defense.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, if you want a home-cooked meal, you want Cracker Barrel to do it for you, and you can check out their menu by going to crackerbarrel.com for all the details. Well, like I said, kind of a funny game here. Huntington scores the first 5, Beckley scores the next 5, and then it's a 3 for Huntington, and then back-to-back threes for Beckley, and Beckley has its first lead, 11-8.
And the key to that is we said it, at the top of the broadcast at the beginning. We said that Beckley has been doing a great job of turning people over, but they've also done a not so great job of turning the ball over themselves, and that's what they have to do: gain extra possessions to win ball games.
So here's Huntington as they face the full court pressure of Beckley. And Dalton able to get the ball across the midcourt stripe. Lamsley with it. Shaking and baking, accelerates, lost the ball, got it back. Shovels a pass out for 3 on its way. Good, a 3-ball by Dayneka, and Huntington's tied the game.
And that's his second of the contest. And both teams are mirroring one another as they turn it over.
Numbers for Huntington. Lamsley, spot up 3 on its way, won't go. Battle for the rebound, and Burdett clears it for Beckley.
So early on, let me give you the numbers. 3 threes for both teams, 1, 2, and 3 turnovers each.
Yeah, Clary into the lane, puts on the brakes as they cut him off. Oh, you got to be careful with the ball. That was a very soft pass as Burdett, beautiful head and shoulder fake, spins, left it short, and Huntington comes out of there with it.
Not only do you have to make firm passes, but you also have to step through the passes. Help out the ball handler a little bit.
Lamsley gets the ball down low. Nice anticipation by Rainey to get the steal over to Clary. Here's Beckley on the attack. Burdett thought about the 3.
May have got away with some steps there.
Clary puts it on the deck, tacks the rim. Wild-looking shot, and it won't go. And here comes Huntington.
Take the extra dribble. He dribbled into trouble there. Just
right into traffic.
Rely on that nice mid-range, that jumper you have. If you're Preston Clary, pull up.
Here's Dayneka with it. 2.5 remaining opening quarter. What's been a very good, entertaining first quarter up to this point, just like what we thought it would be, Eric.
Yeah, we did. We thought both teams, desperation a little bit, for Beckley. They knew they didn't play as well as they can, but leaving wide open shots.
And Lamsley can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. It's out of bounds, and it will be over to Beckley.
Once again, though, I think Beckley's doing a good job of hitting the glass collectively. You got to rebound as a team, and once that ball goes up, you can't leak out. You got to help your fellow teammates on the glass.
Beckley looking to regain the lead with this possession as we're under 2 minutes for the first quarter.
Ooh, I thought Preston had him a look right there.
A.J. Thomas pulls up 15-footer. It won't go. Ball's tipped out. The long rebound. Here comes Huntington. Lamsley will attack the basket. Nice head and shoulder fake, but a wild miss. Got his own rebound. Puts it back up and in.
Yeah, looked like those nice Nikes got kind of stuck on the floor, but able to clean up his miss.
1.5 remaining opening quarter. What's been, like I said, a very exciting, entertaining first quarter here in Beckley. Eric Thomas, Maris Lowry with you. Good ball movement by Beckley down in the post. Clary spins, and he's blocked from behind. That's a great block by Wilson. And here come the Highlanders.
Yeah, didn't go for the ball fake.
3-ball by Lamsley. It's short, but an offensive rebound in the putback is good by Boren. And Huntington has put back-to-back baskets. Off a screen, Burdett goes through traffic. Ball's knocked free. They battle on the floor. Good play by Huntington. Here comes Dayneka, and he'll go in. He'll draw the foul on A.J. Thomas. Thomas will pick up his second personal foul, and that'll get Dayneka to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and all that's because of a turnover.
That's good hustle by both teams.
Yeah,
so
both
Pearson
teams going at it.
Dayneka averaging 15 a game. He will shoot a pair. And the first free throw on its way is good.
Silky smooth shot from 3 and knocking it down at the free throw line.
Braxton Mount will check into the ball game. wearing the old Wilt Chamberlain headband there, Eric. You don't see that too much. Looking just like Wilt Chamberlain back in Bill O'Brien's day. Mount checking into the game. Also into the game will be Roman Stewart will check in for Huntington. And that's one thing, Eric, Huntington might have, I don't know, you had mentioned on top, Beckley goes about 8 deep. Huntington looks like they're going to go at least 8 deep as well.
That's right.
Second free throw is no good. Tipped around. Randy gets the rebound. Right now it's a 5-0 Huntington run here in the final 40 seconds of the first quarter.
This is one, I don't know if you hold it.
Oh, wait a minute, I don't know what we got. We got the clock going off, a malfunction of the clock. And maybe they just want to get the officials' attention, and maybe there's a question. As far as the score is, I keep a running score, so the score is correct. It's 16-11, as far as I know, just as you keep the book, Eric, and I keep a running score. With 33.4 remaining in the opening quarter, there is a question at the score table when there's a technical foul because Huntington must have a player, or did Beckley have a player? I'm not sure what happened. Wrong number.
For who?
So they're going on the wrong end. Huntington's got a player in the book with the wrong number.
That's what I when you said someone came in, I looked and I don't see they got 32 on the floor.
Well, I got 25. I was told is Roman Stewart. So Clary will shoot 2. 32 is Braxton Mount. Like I said, wearing the Wilt Chamberlain look like headband as Clary misses the first of the 2-shot technical foul.
And I always say this is the toughest thing to do in basketball.
But, Eric, I will say this. This is tough, but one of the easiest things I would think is the free throw, Clary makes 1 of 2, is how can you not have the right numbers with the right name in the book? I don't get that. I really don't. I don't know.
It's happened over time.
It's happened a lot as Robinson will check in for Beckley. So Beckley's able to get a point out of that, and they get possession of the ball.
They got Wines and Robinson both in.
Yes. Robinson has it now. Jones not going to do much damage way out there. And Beckley will probably hold it for the final shot of the quarter. As Clary attacks the basket, puts it up. It won't go, but he'll draw the foul.
Call it on the floor.
And if they do call it on the floor, which apparently they did, Eric, that Beckley will have to take the ball out of bounds as Clark gets ready to check in for Beckley.
And that's only the second team foul, 2 team fouls each in the quarter. Right
there, they called it, on the drive.
It looks like Danek picks it up.
So A.J. Thomas will put the ball in play, 13.7 left in the quarter. Robinson with it. A.J. Thomas will dial for 3, and it's not there. Offensive rebound. Wines, point blank. He can't get it to go, and that's how the quarter will come to an end. At the end of 1, it's Huntington 16, Beckley 12. We'll be back with the second quarter after these messages on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. ServPro, like it never even happened.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, you want to contact the professionals at Exit Elevation Realty. Aluka Richmond is the broker, and Steve Morgan, the associate broker. Check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Ready to start the second quarter. And Eric Beckley went the final 4 minutes, the final second half of that first quarter, and only scored that 1 free throw. And they're still only just down by 4 as Huntington leads 16-12.
And Marison, given that stat, if you look, they left 3 points on the board in the last 13 seconds because she missed a free throw from a technical and a point-blank layup.
So here's Clary with it. Work around the horn, trying to post Clary up now. Robinson comes off a curl, trying to spot up to shoot. He'll go off the dribble.
And one thing I do see from Beckley tonight.
Robinson has the trigger, but he doesn't hold that thought as A.J. Thomas with the rebound. And Robinson, he's not shy as he puts the second one up. He missed them both.
Hey, go ahead
and finish that thought.
The crispness of the way they're running the offense, they're at least, they're cutting, more brisk. It just doesn't look like a lazy offense. But big size difference right now on the floor.
As Dalton's calling for Hannah to come out and run the point. The ball goes to Wilson. Around the screen is Dalton.
Great switch there, wide open.
Here's a three ball on its way. It's short, battle for the rebound, and Clark comes out of there with it, and he traveled. He kind of lost his balance there as he got the rebound.
And hopped on the pivot foot. Yep. Great call right there. And see, that's one of those where you get them one and done, and you turn it over.
Yep, right there. You're right.
Hopped on his pivot.
You get a stop, and you got to take advantage of the stop if you're Beckley. So here's Huntington inbound, comes out high to Wilson.
Especially now with the scoring drought going to 5 minutes.
Wilson off the dribble. He can't get it to go, but there's an offensive rebound. The putback is good. Max Boran doing work underneath and on the offensive glass. 6-point lead. This is the biggest lead of the game for Huntington. Clary, they double team him. Robinson, like I said, he's not bashful. He's 0 for 3 from downtown. The long rebound comes out, but it's off of Huntington. It'll stay with Beckley.
Shooter's got to shoot.
That's right. They call him the microwave. And he's trying to get him warmed up like a microwave, and
right
now he'll come out.
He's got to hit the cook button when he comes back in because right now he's using the defrost button.
I would say something's wrong with his timer. He's not heating up quick enough, right?
Speaking of microwaves, I just figured out you knew how to use one the other day.
You can look at me and tell I know how to use one, right? But we all could stand to maybe lose a few LBs, right?
That's correct.
Here's Clary.
Good
Hidden
ball
shoulder fake. Pull up little floater. It's short. The loose ball, Clary goes after. It's out of bounds off of Beckley over to Huntington.
But I still like the decision. Not the results he needed, but great ball fake to get Wilson in the air. Just missed a little jumper.
As Jones checks in, Eric, we're 13 seconds away. Beckley going 6 minutes without a field goal.
Yes.
And they're only down 6. The final 4 minutes of that first quarter and almost 2 minutes hit now here into the second quarter, and they've got 1 point and no field goals. Courtesy Bill O'Brien helping me out. I need all the help I can get. Appreciate it, Bill O'Brien sitting to my right. Here's a three ball by Dalton is good. I beg your pardon. Yes. No, that's Dayneka. Beg your pardon. Dayneka with the three. Biggest lead of the game right here.
Third three of the night, too. And he elevates. And you leave him wide open. He's 3 or 4 from downtown.
And it's a 12-1 run by the Huntington Highlanders. A.J. Thomas off the dribble. Wines for 3. That was like a line drive, and we got a foul and a rebound. And I think it'll go against Huntington. But Wine shot that, Eric. I said it wasn't going in because it had no arc on it. It was just straight line drive to the basket. But this game was tied at 11 back in the first quarter. And like I said, since then, Beckley's only been able to manage 1 free throw. They've gone more than 6 minutes without a field goal.
Yeah, tough times offensively right there, but Jones giving him a lift on the glass as he was able to.
Burdett can't get it in. He just got it in. Clary pulls up, mid-range shot, left it short. Wilson clears the rebound for Huntington. Wilson, coast to coast. The big fella all the way to the basket, scoop, and it's an offensive foul. Take away the basket. Everything was good until the foul as Burdett able to come back and take the charge as we watch the replay.
Wow, big-time collision.
There's the miss, and Wilson's just like, I got this, and I'm going coast to coast.
And that's one of those where Wilson kind of forced the issue.
And a nice play by Burdett, as Burdett does a great job to take that charge.
And it looks like he got stepped on. That ankle got stepped on as he takes the charge.
So Beckley's got to find some offense, and they just, like I said, they've gone stone cold, not been able to get a field goal in more than 6 minutes. Clary shaking and baking, trying to get free. Burdett down the lane. Little floater. It won't go. Rebound. And Huntington has it. Here's Wilson ahead of the pack. And he puts it up. Good defense by Rainey. Wilson missed it, got it back, laid it back up and in. And Beckley, Coach Ron Kidd, needs a timeout, and he'll take it with 4:47 left here in the opening half. 23-12, the Huntington lead, the biggest lead of the game, a full timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With Compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. You know, Eric, at one point back in the first quarter, Huntington was down 11-8. Since then, a 15-1 run has given them their biggest lead at 23-12, and Beckley has went almost 8 minutes without a field goal.
Yeah, stone cold from the offensive end and not been able to get stops and gave some runouts.
Rainey dials it up for three. That's going to be off. I could tell the minute it left his hand that wasn't going in. There's an errant pass, but Huntington able to run it down with Dalton. This could be a danger zone right here with Beckley really not be able to put the ball in the basket. To let Huntington really extend the lead. There's a nice dribble drive penetration right of the lane, and Ethan Dalton will get fouled and step up to the line to shoot a pair.
And that'll be Jones. He did a good job of defending, but the end result was the swat. If he just stays straight up, I think he blocks the ball anyway.
Yeah, every time you come down, they're going to call that. We've talked about this in previous games, and that's just something as growing pains to make Jones a more polished player. So Dalton will shoot a pair. First free throw is out, in and out. Looked like it was going to be good when he first shot it, as Pearson Date-Necka will check back into the Huntington lineup. And also Clark will check back in. Kingston Clark will check in for Beckley. Second free throw by Dalton, and he missed them both as Clark skies for the rebound.
Who I thought Preston was going to get ran into Preston Clary into a travel there.
Burdette will dial it up for three. It won't go. There's a lid on that basket. Ball's off the foot of Boatran and it'll be out of bounds to Beckley.
Yeah, just need something positive going through the hoop, because 4 minutes in this quarter has extended into an 8-minute period without a bucket. And this is the danger zone for the game.
Right, just one free throw by Preston Clary as Rainey will dial up a three. It won't go. Battle for the rebound. It's loose, and it's still loose, but Huntington comes out of there with it. Here's Lamsley with it. Dalton. He'll back it back out. They'll reset the offense, Huntington. Wilson on a drive. Date-Necka for three. That's going to be short, and rebound over to Preston Clary.
See, Huntington's doing a good job of getting back in transition defense.
Clary into the lane, puts up a shot. It won't go. And Beckley's thinking, what in the world they got to do to get the ball in the basket, right?
Just everything rimming out and run out
Lamsley
the other way.
on a run out and a lay-in with the left hand. 17-1 run right now, and the biggest lead of the game right here for Huntington. And right now, if Beckley doesn't something here in the next 3 minutes, Eric, they could get blowed out of their own building again. Clary leans in off the glass, and Beckley finally gets a field goal. Almost 9 minutes without a field goal until that last bucket right there by Preston Clary.
But the good thing is Huntington's only got 25 points.
Yeah, 25 or 25-14.
Yes, so.
It feels like they're up 25 points. There's a drive all the way to the basket. There's a foul. That's a good take by Dalton. He missed his previous two free throws, and he'll get back to the line and shoot a pair.
And I think that's going to be whistled on Javante Wines. It'll be his first.
So a couple free throws coming here for Dalton, and that free throw is good. A.J. Thomas checks back in. Robinson will also check back in for Beckley. course, next week, Eric, we got a full week of basketball starting Monday here in this building, next Monday through this time next Saturday. The New River Community Technical College, and they do a great job. I think there's 28 games in that event as Dalton makes them both here. The lead's 13. Bill O'Brien, Mark Montgomery, and you and I, part of the broadcast teams for next week. We look forward to that. A lot of great basketball. Here's Robinson with it. Beckley trying to get him going. He's missed his 3 shots that he's taken here in the first half. Clary, just no really room to the basket. A.J. Thomas will hand it to Burdett. Burdett down the lane. Scoop shot, a little strong, and it's too strong, and here comes Huntington with it.
Yeah, the shot was altered, but good help defense by Huntington.
A.J. Thomas comes up with the steal. Here's Robinson. Over to Clark. Clark
Got
spins.
away with 2 walks.
Finds the trailer, A.J. Thomas for 3, and a splash down for A.J. Thomas with a 3 ball.
So I'm going to give you a surprising stat. With that shot, that makes A.J. Thomas 5 of 11 from three-point range.
Yeah, and that one game I remember he made 3 of them. Here's Huntington, and like I said, Eric, considering how long Beckley, the offensive drought was, they're only down 10.
Yeah, just get some stops right here, but Huntington, they've answered every couple of baskets that Beckley has made. But can't you see once the ball goes through the hoop, how the defense turns up a little bit?
Yeah, a lot easier to play defense when you see the ball go in. Here's a 3 ball on its way. Good, rattled in by Dayneka.
That's his 4th 3 of the first half.
The lead back to 13. Yeah, you can't just trade baskets. As Clary goes in, has it swatted. Here comes Huntington on the move. Lampley all the way to the basket with the left hand, can't finish, but an offensive rebound, and Huntington will get another crack at it. Wilson's not shy into the lane. Dayneka launching it up for 3 and
5.
Splash down. Biggest lead of the game right here. Clary has it rejected, and it's out of bounds off of Clary. And right now, Huntington getting busy as we got a timeout on the floor, and Huntington's getting ready to put in a player that I do not have on my roster. And the coach, I had him to give me all these names, and we'll have to find out who that is as we have a 30-second timeout. While we got a minute, we'll let you know that tonight's game is brought to you by Edward Jones. Contact your Edward Jones financial advisors in this area. That's Ben Worley, Heather Cantley, Tracy Houck, or Brooke Dempsey. They'll help you prosper with your finances. That's Edward Jones. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. Been around since 1974, a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. And, Eric, I got to wonder if the young man into the game for Huntington wearing 0 may be a different – he might be on our roster that we don't know because they had a technical foul for the wrong number. So, at halftime, we'll try to figure out who that is. Number 0 for Huntington. If I can get Bill to go over and find out, he might be the reason why they had the technical foul. Yeah, really. So Bill O'Brien, we appreciate him with 52.6 seconds left in the half. We'll figure that out for us. But right now, Eric, I'm being impressed with this Huntington team on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, they have played good defense, and I think it's one too many dribbles. Preston Clary's doing a good job of getting around the defender, but he has to pull up.
Huntington just gets it in to Dalton. A.J. Thomas is all over Dalton.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to pick his third foul up.
And if he's not careful, he will. And let's see if Huntington will hold it for the final shot of the half. The way we always say that the way they play, maybe not, but they look like they may here on this possession. But Wilson says the heck with that. And Dayneka, why not? He's got the hot hand. Heat check, and that won't go, and there's a foul on Huntington. That's an easy play to call as Max Boren goes over the back and fouls Clark. And that's only the second team foul, so it's not really a big deal if you're Huntington.
That's his second foul, though.
Right, as Mount will check back in. 33-17 the lead. And like I said, we're going to check on the young man in there for Huntington, number 0, because he's not on the list that the coach gave me, and that might be the reason why earlier in the game there was a technical foul with the wrong number in the book. So we'll get that figured out for you. Meantime, less than 20 seconds left in the half. Robinson off the dribble, and he gets fouled. And once again, that's not a bad foul, Huntington.
And I think it's going to be on 0.
Yeah, it is, and we'll figure out who he is.
So I'll just document it and see.
The mystery man.
Yes.
And I guarantee you we have him on here just wearing a different number. And I'd say that's the reason why the technical foul. Ball comes into Clary in the final 14 seconds of the half. Clary puts his head down, and he'll draw the foul and get to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and that was a good take. You can't be deterred if you're pressing Clary, get to the free throw line. And
as here comes Bill O'Brien back to let us know who number 0 is. I'm sure we got him on here.
Ethan Goodson.
Yes, he's got him as 10, and we just got to eliminate the 1. So I knew he was on here. That's probably why they had the technical foul. They put him as 10 when he was 0, as Clary makes the first of 2. So with 9.8, Eric, Huntington will have an opportunity, plenty of time to get a good look to close out the half.
Yeah, quick as the guards are. Looks for token pressure.
Clary missed his second free throw of the night. Final 8 seconds of the half. Huntington's got to go quick if they're going to get the final shot. Here's Dalton racing up the floor. He'll spot up 3. Count if it goes. It's a little off, and that's the final play of the first half. At the break, Huntington with a 33-18 lead over Beckley. We'll take a break, come back and get you ready for the Direct Choice halftime show on the other side of the break here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, grab me one too.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center as it's a 33-18 halftime lead for Huntington with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Alex Fink is on camera, and KB Cameron Ball producing and directing. Well, Huntington scored the first 5 points. Beckley answered it with a 5-0 run. Each team traded 3 balls, tied at 8. Beckley led 11-8. And then, Eric, they blinked. The next thing they looked up, and they were way behind. And they couldn't put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, and a lot of it came to – it's not a lot what Huntington did. It's what Beckley couldn't do. They just couldn't seem to get a shot to fall. And Huntington scored 16 points in the first quarter and 17 in the second.
Yeah, so it was 16-12 at the end of the first quarter for Huntington, and then they extended their lead. The biggest lead was 33-17, and the lead now is 33-18. We'll take a break here in the Direct Choice halftime show. When we come back, we'll go inside the numbers, and we'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Pre-owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Fayette Clinic.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
And we welcome you back into the Direct Choice halftime show. Huntington with a 33-18 lead. Their biggest lead was 33-17, as I mentioned, 33-18 now. We're going to go inside the numbers of the first half. Inside the numbers are brought to you by Direct Choice. They are a pre-owned vehicle lot located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley. They have West Virginia's best selection and best prices on pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice is a proud supporter of local sports and local student athletes. Also, inside the numbers brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. Lori Richmond located at Market Road in Beckley. You can dial up Lori at 304-252-8646. For the numbers of the first half, here's Eric.
Okay, they shape up like this, Maris. As you said, 33-18 lead, as you see on your screen, viewers. But the way that Huntington got there is by Pearson Dajinka. He has knocked down 5 three-pointers, 1 of 2 from the free throw line to lead the way with 16 points. And here's the scary thing for Huntington. The leading scorer coming into the tonight was Tavion Wilson, 21 points a game. He only has 2. And the young man that they came off the bench came in, I think, Isaiah Lapsley, averaging 18, only has 4. So that's a scary feeling if you're Beckley. Ethan Dalton chips in with 7 points for the Huntington Highlanders. For Beckley, they had a 12-point first quarter, only a 6-point second quarter, and they went, a good 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes.
Probably closer to 9,
9 minutes without scoring to dig this deficit. They're led in scoring by Preston Clary, who has 9 points, but he's 2 of 4 from the free throw line. And A.J. Thomas and Lucas Rainey both have a 3-ball each, and Gage Burdett rounds out the scoring with 2 points.
Yeah, so Huntington back out of their locker room. Beckley now comes out of their locker room, and we'll take another break and come back and get you ready for the second half. Huntington leads 33-18. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor recreation program. Receive hands-on training that readies you to lead, inspire, and explore. Whatever you're passionate about, we have a path for you. Visit newriver.edu today. Start here. Go anywhere.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With Compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports. Has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Leisure Lanes has a 24-lane bowling center with a full-service restaurant. Bring your family, join the league, or book your next birthday party at Leisure Lanes. You can dial them up at 304-253-7328. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company has a coal division located in Sophia, West Virginia, and they're built on a foundation of safety, innovation, and teamwork. The fine folks at Infinity Coal. From the coal seam to the steel beam, you want Infinity Coal. All right, Eric, if you are Beckley, what might you heard Coach Ron Kidd tell his team being down 33-18 here at the break?
You got to get a little stronger defensively because you've had the looks. The shots will start falling, but stay the course defensively.
And if you're Coach Savingas for Huntington, just keep doing what you're doing,
yeah,
right?
No, do what you're doing, but you got to get Tavion Wilson involved a little more, and I think they can put this game to bed once he gets going.
Isaiah Lampley will start the second half. He did not start the game, I was told, because he was late for shoot-around this morning, and he has the ball now. And they get the ball down low. Wilson, the team's leading scorer. And there's a steal by Kingston Clark, who will start the second half for Beckley. So they don't start Jones in the second half. They start Clark. And here's Burdett on a drive. Pull up. Throws a kind of wild shot up there, and it's an air ball, and here comes Huntington back the other way.
Shot away from the contact that time. Good job of getting the defender up, and the possession will go back to Beckley.
Yeah, on the held ball there.
Yes, but yeah, you got if you get them in the air, you got to go into them.
So Beckley will get the ball as the possession error was in their favor, and here comes Burdett.
And you have to start thinking about a little zone here. We know what the zone does to Beckley offensives usually over the years. Man.
Well, as cold as Beckley's been in this game and had a hard time scoring, I can see why Huntington's in a zone. So they find Clary in the corner. He'll go off the dribble, get into the lane, put the shot up and score. That's a good sign for Beckley to be able to have Preston Clary drive like that into the lane, into the traffic, and able to put the ball above the rim for the bucket.
And finish through contact right there. And that was what you need is stops, though. And they've turned them over twice and only been able to score out at once, but you got to that's a tough shot.
And that's a three ball right down the chute.
Tough shot.
Lampley rings the lamp, or I guess light the lamp is what they say in hockey. And this equals the longest lead of the ball game at 16 at the 6.5-minute mark of the third.
The 7th three-pointer of the contest as a team for Huntington.
Rainey dials it up from downtown. It's short. Battle for the rebound, and here's Wilson for Huntington. Going coast to coast, the big fella. And he got fouled as Burdett reaches in, and that's a good foul.
Yeah, and I'm going to whistle that on 10 on Gage Burdett.
Yep.
With the little hack.
The trail official was right on it, Jay Rutledge, as we watch it. He called that from half court, but as we watch the replay, that was clearly a hack.
It was no ball.
Yeah. It was all arm,
all arm, no ball.
Yes. Three ball from the corner.
Really?
Good by Dayneka.
19.
Biggest lead of the game here at 19 for Huntington.
And he has 19, the difference in the game.
Clary thought about the three.
You have to attack the creases here in the zone. You can't. I mean, if you're going to pass it, you got to pass brisk. That's what
Rainey
you have to do.
Off the dribble with the left hand, left it short, tipped around. Battle for the rebound. The loose ball comes out to Huntington on the move. Here come the Highlanders. They whip a pass down low. It's deflected, knocked out of bounds by Burdett and saved a layup.
Well, I tell you what, that Tavion Wilson is put together. Once he gets his hands on the basketball, nobody's getting it.
You and I didn't have an opportunity to do a Huntington football game this year, but can you imagine that coming at you?
Yeah.
Wilson spins into the lane. Short shot won't go. A.J. Thomas clears the rebound for Beckley.
And here's where I think you got to get it going. And there it is, a turnover. Transition.
Yeah.
Bounce pass right there, young man. Bounce pass.
That's one of the things that's hurt Beckley through these first 6 games. There's a Huntington foul. Beckley's 2-4, and one of the things, and I'm sure if you watched every Beckley game, and you and I, Eric, have seen every Beckley game except for the one that they won on the road at Buchanan, but one of the main things that's hurt Beckley in every game that we have seen, even when the games they've won, has been turning the ball over. Yeah.
And it's right after good defensive plays.
Robinson back into the game. He has it now. They haven't got him on track tonight.
New player in for Huntington, too. No, Nate Hanna, he was out there. He started the second half.
Get the ball low to A.J. Thomas. He finds Robinson. He'll dial it up. That's going to be short. I could tell when he shot it. Long rebound, and it'll stay with Beckley. But Robinson now, he's 0 for 4 from the floor, and he's got some good looks there, just not being able to get the ball to drop here tonight.
Yeah, but you're only good as your next shot.
Yep.
So
well,
can't determine. I mean, they're open looks.
Well, and the thing about it, he's in there to shoot the ball, so, he can't be shy, and I don't think he will. Here's A.J. Thomas with the pass to Clary. Dials up a 3. Battle for the rebound. Clark has it. He probably should have went up with that, try to pass it to A.J. Thomas, and here's Huntington on the move. And Dalton with it down low, and we got a foul.
It's going to be a block.
Yeah, it's going to be A.J. Thomas. That'll be his third of the ball game. 4.5 remaining here in the third. Biggest lead of the game right here at 19 for Huntington. And, Eric, you look, here we are, 4.5 in the third. Beckley had 12 at the end of the first quarter, and they only got 20 now. They've just had a hard time putting the ball in the basket here tonight.
Definitely have. It's been a struggle.
Here's Huntington right down the lane. That's too easy, even though shots missed.
I think he got away with a travel.
Yeah, Hanna was able to get right to the rim. Clary finds Burdett on the trail. Burdett tacks the basket. They cut him off. And he's going to throw that. I thought he was going to throw it away. Robinson may have got away with the extra step, maybe not. They whip the ball down low to Clark. Clary into the lane, tacks the basket, and that's the kind of night it's been. It rolled right around the rim and would not stay down. Tough shot. Wilson, count if it goes, it doesn't go, but he'll draw the foul and get to the line.
Yeah, that'll be whistled on Gage Burdett. And not only did they miss the shot, if we could get that replay, the ball went around Marison. Yeah. Not only did they miss it, they had 2 people there point blank to try to get the rebound. And
as we watch the little general replay right there, just look at that ball just roll. That's the kind of night it's been for Beckley. They just couldn't get it to go.
He had the point blank tip in as Wilson misses one of the first 2 free throws.
Tavion Wilson, the team's leading scorer, 21 a game. And like I said, he's been really kind of held in check. He's done a lot of things out there as far as scoring-wise. If he can make this, and he does, Huntington has doubled up Beckley. Biggest lead of the game here at 20. Clary for 3 on its way, in and out, won't go. Clark with the offensive rebound. Burdett down the lane. A.J. Thomas will dial it up. It won't go. Tipped up once. Clark twice. Look how many chances Beckley had there. The ball just won't go in the basket.
Just won't fall for him. I mean, it's one of those nights.
And this is a good Huntington team. Not taking anything away, but Beckley, they've missed really a ton of good looks.
Good looks.
Here's a drive down the lane. A lot of contact. No whistle.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the 4th one on A.J. Thomas.
And here's a steal by A.J. Thomas.
You have to attack here.
And he does, and scoops it up and leaves it short. As Goodson has the rebound for Huntington. Now here's Dalton with it. Nice pass. Wilson, finish off the glass, up and in. And right now, Huntington's looking in its rearview mirror, and it doesn't see Beckley. Robinson finally hits one, a 3-ball from the far corner.
And you're only as good as your next shot, as I keep saying. Keep firing it if you miss it.
Ball's loose. Huntington able to pick up the loose ball is Goodson. Ethan Goodson. And we got a timeout on the floor. Huntington will take it with 2:44 left here in the third quarter. Let's see if we got a full or a 30. And it will be a full timeout. So we'll take it with them, with Huntington leading 42-23, 2:44 for the third. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes. A winning combination.
If you're not hungry, I'm getting ready to make you hungry because I'm talking about the fine food at Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. Pasquale's has all your favorite Italian dishes. You can book your next event there or catering by Pasquale's by calling 304-255-5253. Out of the timeout, Huntington has it as they lead 42-23, and it's been an offensive struggle for Beckley here tonight. There's a drive down the lane. Little shovel pass over to Mount, and he gets the roll. Braxton Mount able to score. As he's sporting that gold Wilt Chamberlain headband. How you like that, Eric? That's a real throwback, isn't it?
Nice finish like Chamberlain in the
lane
post.
there. Yeah, here's A.J. Thomas, finds Clark. Kingston Clark, a little short shot in the lane, he scores. That was a good move by Clark. Made that one step into the lane, and a little floater knocked it down. Beckley applying pressure.
Elevated.
Yep. Here comes Huntington with it. Down the lane, tough shot. That shot was put up by Dalton, but Huntington with the offensive rebound and Mount. Here's a baseline drive to the rim. It won't go. Offensive rebound again. Ball is knocked free, and Beckley comes out of there with it. Burdett on the move. Robinson will dial it up for three. It won't go. Long rebound. Beckley has it. Clark attacks the basket, and he's accidentally tripped, but he is fouled. You got to call that, and they do. Mount will get whistled for the foul.
And that's going to be whistled on Boren, and that'll be his third.
Boren got whistled for the foul, and now Wilson will check in.
Team second.
So Beckley was up 11-8, and then blinked. Next thing they know, they were down big. And down 16, down 15
and
at halftime.
neither team has done much offensively this quarter.
Yeah. Robinson and Beckley.
Zig and Zag.
Ball is deflected out of bounds. It will stay with Beckley. But you know the one thing about it, you're right, Eric, even though 11 points by Huntington, but with the lead they've had and the struggles that Beckley has had with only scoring 7 thus far,
yeah, they're not
they really haven't had to do it.
That's true.
Yeah. As now Wines goes back to get the loose ball coming up on the final minute of the third quarter. Clark. Robinson trying to provide some instant offense, and that one's a good look. It won't go. Battle for the rebound. Huntington comes out of there with it.
Wines doesn't do a lot offensively, but I think he gives you a little bit as far as hustle and trying to keep balls alive. He's
Wilson got a big mismatch in the post, and they go to it, and they get the hoop and the harm. We both said that on cue. We both could see that. It was hard for A.J. Thomas to try to defend Wilson that close to the basket as we watched the Little General instant replay.
Yeah, but I think he got whistled on the help coming across. I think it might have been Kingston Clark trying to get the help here.
Like I say, yeah, and you are correct. Wilson will try to polish off a three-point play. Tavon Wilson entered the game averaging 21. And he's been held below that, but still he's done a lot of things even without scoring as he does complete the three-point play. And it should be 47.
It's 47, I know.
Yeah, they only have 46, but it should be 47. Clark will attack the basket. He'll lay it up and in and draw the foul. So it should be 47-27, and I think they're going to adjust it now as the score went out on the visitor side of the scoreboard. And there's an issue, but it should be 47-27. They've still got Beckley with 25. And now they got Huntington with 0, but the actual score is 47-27. And the free throw by Clark is good, and they might have to adjust that. JT Owen Canaday will check into the lineup for Huntington. So it's 47-28. They have 47-25. Beckley should have 28. with 33 seconds left in the third quarter. So that score that you see on the screen is incorrect. It is 47-28. And we can't do anything about it because, Eric, we are hooked up to the score box, whatever the scores table has. There's a 3, it won't go. Battle for the loose ball. And what do we got? We've got a jump ball. It'll stay with Huntington. So I'm not sure if anyone from Beckley realizes it or knows, but now they got it corrected, and that is the correct score, 47-28 with 18.9 left here in the third, and Preston Clary will check back into the Beckley lineup.
I think right there I would have taken A.J. Thomas out and left Kingston and Preston in. You don't want to pick up a cheap fourth foul here.
Here, open 3 on its way. Good. A 3 ball by Dalton. Ethan Dalton reigns it from downtown. And a 50-28 lead for Huntington. Robinson back at you with a 3 ball. Last shot time for Huntington. Back the other way. Laid up and in. Hannah able to score ahead of the third quarter buzzer. And at the end of 3, it's Huntington 54 and Beckley 31. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter after this on Video Productions.
52.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes. A winning combination.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. If you got a heating problem or a plumbing problem, the only number you need to remember is call 304-253-HELP from Modley's. We're going to the fourth quarter, and Eric, right as that shot was made by Hannah, right ahead of the third quarter buzzer, I said 54-31. It's actually 52-31, so I beg your pardon. So we got the score correct. It's 52-31 in favor of Huntington as we start the fourth quarter. There's been some issues with the scoreboard, and we got it corrected. I think we got it correct. As soon as I say that, I think the officials are going to the table. But there has been some issues with the clock and with the scoreboard, but that is the correct score, 52-31 Huntington.
Well, I think the issue is with the jump. Wasn't there a jump ball late in the quarter, and it should be Beckley ball.
And you are correct. You're all over it.
I keep the running.
Right. You keep it. Like I said, you and I, not that we're always right, but we're right more times than not because, like I said, you've got the scorebook. You've got that part of it. You've got individual totals. I keep a running score, and we were on top of it. So Beckley will have first crack at it here in the fourth quarter. And Clary hands it to Burdett down the lane.
Got to shoot that short jumper. No fear of getting your shot blocked. Got to go keep attacking.
Preston Clary will dial it up. That's a 2, and it's missed, but offensive rebound by A.J. Thomas. He'll draw the foul. It won't go, but A.J. Thomas will get to the line to shoot a pair. And that's the kind of night it's been, Eric. That was a good rebound by A.J. Thomas. They watched the replay, and a little soft shot in the lane, and it just wouldn't go down as he draws the foul right there. Yep.
Yes, but can't get anything to fall.
Nope.
Can't get anything. As you stated, like a lid is on the basket.
As A.J. Thomas' first free throw is up and in. And, Eric, it's really been a struggle for the 32 points that Beckley has. And if A.J. Thomas can make this, it will be obviously the 33rd point, but as he goes 1 for 2. But like I said, it's been a struggle for Beckley to get to 32. As here's Dayneka with it. They get the ball down into the corner to Hannah, and Beckley throws it away. Here's Robinson, as he's got to catch up to that errant pass, and he does. A.J. Thomas off the dribble, attacks the basket, finds Robinson, spot up 3, knocks it down. Robinson, a 3 ball. And that's what he's in there for, Eric. He's in there to shoot, and he's in there to make 3 balls.
Yeah, to heat it up. And if you're Beckley, string a couple stops and get some shots.
Robinson with a nice defensive play, but Hannah able to recover. And then what you don't want to do is that play by Robinson reaching in.
Yeah, grabbed him by the waist and picks up a cheap one.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to foul 40, 45 feet away from the basket. Ball comes deep in the backcourt, and A.J. Thomas commits the foul. And he has something to say to the referee about it, and then the referee has something to say to him about it. And I guess the referee could say, I got the power, I got the whistle. So that's the second team foul on Beckley, and the 4th personal foul on A.J. Thomas. And here's Dalton with it. 3 ball, and that short offensive rebound by Bourne. He puts it up and in. It's like, look what I found.
That was a defensive rebound there.
A.J. Thomas on the drive, tacks the basket, off the glass. It won't go, tipped up. Wines has the offensive rebound. Preston Clary on a drive, off the window, won't go. The putback won't go. Point blank by Wines. Here's Huntington, 2-on-2. Stop, 3 on its way. A splash down, kaboom by Pearson Dayneka.
22 on the night.
Burdette with the left hand, he's able to score.
Gage Burdett's first point since the first quarter, the second bucket of the first quarter.
Yeah. It's just been a tough struggle on the offensive end of the floor for Beckley tonight. And this is a really good Huntington team, and I think a team that's only going to get better, Eric. As A.J. Thomas comes up with the steal. A.J. Thomas, and he loses his footing, and he traveled. He tried to put on the brakes, and he lost his footing, and that created the turnover. As Kingston Clark will check into the Beckley lineup. 5.5 to go, 20-point lead for Huntington, and Huntington wants a timeout. Let's see if we got a full or a 30. And it'll be a full, so we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. We have KB Cameron Ball producing and directing. Alex Fink on camera. 5.5 remaining in the ball game. And Huntington with a 20-point advantage, Eric. And like I said, the first quarter was a little tight, but after that, Huntington really took advantage. Beckley had a 9-minute drought without a field goal. And Huntington has, like I said, got him a 20-point lead now here in the final 5.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Here's a 3. It's short, grazes the front of the rim. That time by Nate Hanna. And back the other way comes Beckley with Burdette. Clary off the dribble into the lane. Scoop shot, and he scores. Nice little scoop floater by Preston Clary.
And 14 on the night for Preston Clary. I mean, you know, he doesn't force a lot, but I think it's going to come to a point where he just has to go with it.
Huntington maybe running a little clock now. They bring the ball back out with Dalton. He comes off a screen. Dalton accelerates, gets to the rim, puts it up and in. Nice play.
Could have been an and one there.
Yeah, was a lot of contact on that play for sure, but Dalton able to fight his way through the contact and get the ball up on the rim to get the ball into the basket. Clark all alone down low, turns around, shoots and scores.
Very rare defensive breakdown by the Huntington Highlanders.
Beckley applying the full court pressure, and Ethan Dalton able to get the ball up the floor with no problem. And he'll put it on the deck, tack the basket, and there is contact, and there's a foul, and Dalton will get to the line. Once he saw an opening, Eric, he was able to accelerate as he, off the dribble, gets to the rim.
Yeah, once he turned the corner, easy play to call here as Dalton, gets to the free throw line with a chance to get Huntington over the 60-point mark.
So a couple of free throws coming here.
He's 2 of 4 going into these two.
Is Ethan Dalton. First free throw on its way is good. And checking in will be Ethan Goodson. And also checking in, Braxton Mount for Huntington. Dalton ready, second free throw. He got them both. Lead back to 20. Coming up on the halfway point of the fourth quarter.
14 for Dalton.
So Huntington, I think, has really spread the wealth around us. Robinson will dial it up for 3 and has a splashdown. Wilson, the big fella, how about that handy ball work? Pulls up, shot off the glass, won't go. Robinson with the rebound.
It's like Preston Clary came up lame right there. We definitely don't need that if you're Beckley.
Robinson, a little floater, scores. Robinson again. He scored the last 5, trimmed that lead from 20 to 15. Here's Goodson with it. Down low, Mount. Down Wilson, and he powers it up and in. Even though he laid it in soft, he went up strong.
Very strong.
Down to Clark in the low post. They cut him off. Robinson, he's got the hot hand. Not that time. And Mount will get the rebound for Huntington. Final 3 minutes. And a foul on Wines. So Huntington, and you would think, Eric, with 2:58 left in the game, they would hang on and win this game, and they would go to 4-1. Beckley would fall to 2-5, 3 games under 500, and Beckley will play in the New River Community and Technical College event coming up next week. They'll play Wednesday against South Charleston.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any easier. We had a chance to do a South Charleston scrimmage, and you're talking about applying some pressure. They're a different breed than this Huntington team. They rely on trying to pressure you and get it going that way. A lot of contact.
Yeah. I think Robinson got away with one.
Or 2 or 3.
Trying to run a little clock. Yep. Dalton shaking and baking. Wilson has it now. Goodson around the screen. Into the corner for 3, and it's pure. A splashdown by Pearson Deneka. And the lead back to 20.
8 threes on the night.
There's A.J. Thomas in the low post, spins, double teamed. Clary will dial up a 3, and it won't go. Long rebound. Here comes Huntington. And Dalton will slow things down. Impressive win on the road for Huntington, but like I said, this building so far this season has not been good to Beckley. Deneka pulls up, left it short.
He was too
Thomas,
close, man.
Yes, I think he was.
He was too close.
Preston Clary in a run out, lays it up and in. And Beckley coach Ron Kidd wants a timeout with 1:40 left in the game, and it's 66-48. And let's see if it's going to be. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Tell you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Pepsi. Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. It's a proud sponsor of local sports, and you can enjoy the nice, cold, crisp taste of an ice cold Pepsi. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, they have delicious home-style food. Check out their menu by going to crackerbarrel.com. Well, Eric, 1:40 left. 66-48. So Beckley's going to fall to 2-5, and they're going to go to 1-5 in this building. And where they played some tight games, this is the second time in this stretch where they've been blown out.
Yeah, and the thing with this game, it was different, right? I think the Wyoming East game, Wyoming East did a lot right and got up. But I think Beckley just missed shots, and you can't go on a scoring drought 9 minutes long against anyone. And,
right.
It's just one of those nights. And
they got 1 point. They had that technical free throw. They didn't make a field goal in that 9-minute span. But you're right. I don't care who you play at any level. If you go 9 minutes and you only score 1 point, times than not, you're not going to win that game.
Not going to win the game.
So Huntington just trying to close this out here over the next 140 as fans are making their way to the exits. But all you can do is, if you're Beckley, you just go to practice and work on some things and just try to get better for the next game, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing about basketball. You're back at it Wednesday.
Yeah, it's not like football a lot of times where you got to wait a full week. And in a lot of these cases, Wilson with a nice drive, but he left it a little long, and there's a foul and a rebound.
Yeah, I think that's going to be on Braxton Mount.
And that's only the team's second, so there will be no shots involved, I don't believe. They will not. Officials were walking this way, but we knew there wasn't shots. So Clary will let the ball roll up, trying to save as much time as possible.
Quick.
Put his head down, drives to the basket. He couldn't get it to go, but he'll draw the foul and get to the line.
And I think Mount will pick up his second in a row. And
you are correct.
Say that again?
You are correct.
Had to get you back,
That's
partner.
right.
And,
well, when you were correct, I'm the first to admit it,
hey,
right?
2 of 4 from the free throw line.
First free throw is good. Got another one coming. But this was a workmanlike effort for Huntington because this is a total team effort. A lot of players really contribute, whether it was rebounding, defense, scoring, all phases of the game. And Huntington just did not rely on one score, even though Pearson Day-Neck has had an outstanding night here tonight. He's made 8 threes. There's been a lot of other guys that has helped, with the cause.
But, and that's the sign of a good team. He subbed well on the road and shot lights out, but it was, like you said, a total team effort. Good guard play, good big play, well-rounded team. And I look for this team to be a state tournament type team.
We're in the final minute down the lane, and the shot's blocked from behind. Ball's loose. Robinson comes out of there with it.
I would shoot the 3, yeah.
And he heard Jerry, and he delivered right down the chute. It's 66-53 with 36.5 seconds. And, of course, the game really isn't this close. It looks close as Beckley's made a nice run. There's a 30-second timeout, I believe, or full timeout. We'll take it with them and be right back here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Out of the timeout, Huntington has it. 36.5 seconds left in the game. They throw the home run ball.
Slam dunk here.
And you are correct, Eric. Slam dunk. Exclamation point as Wilson flushes it down.
Well, they ran that to perfection.
Clary for 3.
So Clary said, you get the slam, but I'll knock down another tray.
And, with 19 seconds, Beckley commits a foul. They're over the limit. That'll be free throws as we'll walk the length of the floor, and Ethan Goodson will be at the line for Huntington. Huntington led 16-12 at the quarter, 33-18 at the break, 52-31 at the end of 3. They have led by as many as 20 here in this fourth quarter. And even though Beckley's made a little run here, made the game look a little closer score-wise, but Huntington really since about the middle of that first quarter has really had total control of this game here tonight.
Yeah, and I think here moving forward, and I'm going to say it again as they miss.
Yeah,
I know
and misses, yeah.
goods and misses. I think Preston Clary, of course, is one of the best players around in the state.
I think there's no question about that.
And it's sad to say he's going to have to shoulder more to low. He's got to come out looking to get off quick.
So 1 of 2 free throws made. Another thing too, Eric, Beckley's had all these home games, and their schedule is loaded on the home court. As A.J. Thomas delicious for Clark, and he scores. And Beckley calls another 30-second timeout with 8 seconds left. So Coach Kidd trying to play this all the way down to the end. But finishing my thought here is now, Beckley's going to have a long stretch where they've got to go on the road. And maybe that's what they need. I don't know, because playing here, and I know they played quality teams. And when you play quality teams, sometimes it doesn't matter where you play, right? But
right.
You look at this stretch Beckley's got coming up. After the New River tournament, in which, and I don't know if you actually call it a tournament, after that event they play South Charleston. Beckley will go to Oak Hill, and then they will go to Cabell Midland. Then they'll have Graham, Martinsburg, and George Washington at home.
All great teams.
All great teams. And then they hit the road at Shady, at Capital, who's already beat them, at Graham, and at Greenbrier East has already beat them. Then they have East Fairmont, and then they have to go to Riverside, Shady at home, and then finish up on the road at Jefferson and at Martinsburg, a tough trip in the Eastern Panhandle to close out the year.
I mean, you just got to line up and play.
Yeah.
Got to line up and play.
But that's what I'm saying. Even though things have been tough at home, maybe getting on the road, I don't know, because a lot of times if you struggle at home, you usually struggle even more so on the road as there's a foul. And really, 6.7 left, we'll walk the length of the floor and shoot free throws. So Wilson, I guess this will try to get him closer to his average, right?
No, he's only. I think he's only got 12.
Well, to say this is trying to get him closer there, right?
Yeah.
First free throw on its way. It is good. It rattled in, rattled out, and rattled back in again. So Huntington hits the 70 mark. Huntington's going to go 4-1 on the year. Beckley's going to fall to 2-5. We'll have a quick wrap-up in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Wilson misses the second one. Final 5 seconds of this. Robinson, it'll count if it goes, and it does. And that'll make the final score 70-61. So Huntington gets the win. It's Huntington 70, and Beckley 61 is the final score. Huntington now 4-1, and Beckley is now 2-5. We'll come back and dive into the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show after these messages here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They've tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Levy, where they are right.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center as we welcome you into the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Final score, Huntington defeats Beckley 70-61. And Huntington started the game on a 5-0 run. Beckley answered that run to tie the game at 5. Then they exchanged 3 balls. It was tied at 8. Beckley then hit another 3 and led 11-8. And then after that, it was all Huntington. Huntington led 16-12 at the end of the first quarter. They ballooned that lead to 33-18 at halftime. And during that stretch in the first half, Beckley went right at 9 minutes without a field goal. They only had 1 point in that stretch, which is a Preston Clary a free throw. Then into the third quarter, Huntington really turned up. They really applied the pressure on Beckley, and they took that lead to 52-31 at the end of 3. The lead was pretty much 20 points throughout the fourth quarter, and Beckley battled back at the end to make it look a little bit more respectable, and the final score ends 70-61. We're going to go inside the numbers of the game. Inside the numbers are brought to you by Direct Choice. Direct Choice is a pre-owned vehicle lot located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley. They have West Virginia's best selection and best prices on pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice is a proud supporter of local sports and local student athletes. Also inside the numbers brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. She's located on Market Road in Beckley, and you can dial Lori up at 304-252-8646. For the numbers of this Huntington victory, here's Eric.
Yeah, Marison, the numbers show well the balance that Huntington had. They finished with made 14 twos, 13 threes. They went to the free throw line and shot 15 free throws and made 9 of them. They were led tonight by the 25 points of Pearson Dajinka. He had 25 points. Ethan Dalton had 14. The team's leading scorer, Tavion Wilson, had 13. Nate Hanna chips in 2. Max Boren has 6. And Isaiah Lapsley, the team's second leading scorer, didn't start but was kind of held in check. He had 7 points. And rounding out the scoring was Ethan Goodson with 1, made 1 or 2 free throws, and Braxton Mount with 2 points. For Beckley, it's Mr. Steady, Preston Clary. Finishes the night with 24 points, made 4 threes and 4 twos, and was 4-6 from the free throw line. Coming in was Jaden Robinson with chipping in with 17 points. He made 5 threes. Beckley made 11 2-point field goals, 11 3-point field goals, and we're 6 and 9 from the charity stripe tonight.
But one thing I think you would agree, Eric, I thought right there, like I said, when they went through that 9-minute stretch where they weren't able to get a field goal, they just dug themselves too deep of a hole. This is a good team. They got too far behind. They made a nice run at the end of the game, but the game was basically over.
Was settled the middle of the first through end of the second.
And really at halftime, I thought, 33-18, Beckley still got a run in them, and they tried to make a run, but as you stated throughout the course of the broadcast, whenever Beckley looked like they were making a run, Huntington was able to answer back with it.
In a timely fashion. Every time. Huntington's a good team, but if you're Beckley, I just hope the young men just stick together, stay together, and you just got to keep battling, man. The wins will come. You don't know, you can't win one until you play a complete game.
Yeah, and you can't get down on yourself. I know you just got to keep working at it, and it's easy for us to say, but really that's the only answer. That's like when you go through a shooting slump or a hitting slump in baseball. The only way to do it is just keep swinging, right, or just keep shooting, right?
Yeah, I never saw a slump I didn't try to shoot out of.
Yep. Well, that'll do it for our broadcast here tonight. We appreciate everybody here at the Raleigh County Convention Center as always, and our fine crew. Another great job as always by KB, Mr. Cameron Ball, producing and directing, Alex Fink on camera. For my partner Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry repeating the final score. Huntington, they defeat Beckley 70-61. Huntington's record is 4-1. Beckley's now 2-5. Good night, everybody.